Cole.
Cole, if you could talk a little bit about maybe, if you're putting any more pressure, I don't know if that's the right word, given that AJ and Chris still aren't playing, still don't, when they'll come back, do you feel a little more pressure to have to kind of contribute?
Definitely. Chris being the 7-footer and all, and AJ being the dynamic shot blocker and rebounder that he is down low. You see where we miss them at. We get beat on the boards a lot, so I put a lot of pressure on myself to go out there and rebound. And even though I want to play a lot of 3 this year, I'm still playing 4. I got to play down low. I got to defend. So I still got to do all the dirty work that they're supposed to be in here doing.
How would you evaluate how you played so far before leaving?
Okay. I kind of got off to a good start like this last year as well too. The first couple games of the season, and then I had a big drop off. So I just got to keep it up. Just keep improving. I can't even stay the same. I just want to keep improving. The rebounds aren't really there. That's something I'm disappointed in myself in. I got to get back to rebounding. The points will come. I know I can score, but getting those offensive rebounds and the defensive rebounds, keeping the other team off the glass, I think that's what's going to help our team the most.
How much did that knee injury slow you down last year? Was it just a sprain?
Yeah, it was a sprain. I had torn my meniscus in high school twice, and when it happened, I thought I tore it again because it felt the exact same, but we found out it was just a sprain. It kind of slowed me down for a little while, but I picked it back up at the end of the year. I think it was more mental than anything. So.
And when you were in high school, was it the same meniscus or both?
It was both. So.
How much did that affect you?
Yeah, I was pretty down, especially because I was already going through like a little freshman slump. I wasn't playing too great, and then that happened. It kind of brought me down a little bit, but I got back on track, man. Everything's fine now. Got my knee pads, and I'm good to go.
You had one your freshman year?
One my freshman year and one my junior year on the other knee, right.
I was just going to ask, if you noticed reps officiating the game this year,
Yeah. I guess there's a new rule in college basketball about not being able to use an arm bar or a hand check or whatever, but I mean that's how it's going to be called, so we just have to adjust it to it whether we like it or not. I mean, for the most part, it's going both ways too. I don't know the exact numbers, how many free throws Bakersfield shot and how many we shot, but we both shot a lot, so it's going both ways. We just have to adjust and make the most of it.
Have the coaches talked to you guys about defending differently?
Mm-hmm.
Did they tell you that before the season, or is it just kind of?
They told us that before the season, but you kind of don't really get a gist of it until you actually go out there. And I think the exhibition game against Montana Tech, we found out pretty quickly. A lot of us were in foul trouble. It's been the case ever since that. Last game, we had a lot of guys in foul trouble in the first half as well. So, I mean, we just have to adjust. I don't really know what to say about it. Right. Not really, because it slows the game down. Felt like we were playing for like 3 hours the other day. It takes away from, the skill set that a lot of those players have. Some people aren't as good shooting, so they just go to the basket, and then the rest want to call fouls, and that's where you see all the free throws. And also, it just disrupts a lot of rhythm. A lot of breaks, and then you already got the media timeouts and TV breaks and stuff like that. So it just makes it slower.
You don't feel like they'll kind of ease off that, or just kind of send a message early on, or?
I hope so. But if not, then there's not much we can do about it. Just be smarter, and then when it happens to us, we got to make our free throws, which we just haven't really been doing. So.
Does that change how you guys go offensively, though? I mean, just our jump shots even.
Well, we get into the bonus a lot quicker. The second half of the Bakersfield game, we got into the bonus pretty quickly. So we kind of changed our offense a little bit. We're trying to stay away from the jump shots. We're trying to get to the basket. But, yeah, it changes the game plan a little bit.
We talked to Marquise, obviously, about this summer and how many jump shots he took during the summer to try to improve his outside game. What did you do this summer?
I don't know the exact number of jump shots I took, but definitely while I was in Reno, the team got together multiple times. Even if it wasn't all of us, it was a select few of us that lived together, and we'd work out in the gym for 2 hours every day, sometimes 2 days, and then obviously when you go home. We weren't home that much this summer, so it was kind of different. I usually go to the stairs, the Santa Monica stairs, and work out and work on my conditioning. But we were here a lot this summer, so a lot of the stuff we were doing was with, team oriented, and not even just practicing with the team. Coach Carter wasn't there. It was just we'd get together and try and make the most of our time.
Are you noticeably stronger this year?
I feel a lot stronger. Just not being on the floor as much this year. I kind of got pushed around a lot last year as a freshman, whether it was guarding the post, just whatever. I'm trying to stay off the floor, and I just got keep getting in position. So, like I said, I can get those rebounds because offensive rebounds have really been mistreating us this year, and we got to keep the other teams off the glass.
Do you weigh more now than you did years ago?
Like 5 pounds, not much, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about important games coming up, just with the home games and getting a roll.
Well, every game is important. We just had a 3-game road trip. It's hard to win on the road, like I told you after the San Francisco game. But we're going to put that in the past, and we just want as many people as possible to come out to these 2 games. And, we want to build some momentum going into the holiday break and, just keep it going from there. So these games are huge.
Do you know anything about Chattanooga right now?
Honestly, I don't. We're going to watch film today, probably before and after practice, go over scout team at practice, get a feel for what they like to do, who their key players are, stuff like that, and then we should be good to go.
I feel like everybody's kind of settling into their roles already, or is that still kind of a learning process?
No, I don't think role play is a problem this year. I think everyone knows what they're going to do when they get out there and what they should and should not be doing. And for the most part, it's kept us in games. All of our games have been close. We just have to, when it matters, we have to make the big plays, get a defensive stop, get a rebound, make free throws, things like that. But other than that, everyone seems to be playing the role fine.
Any more questions for Cole? Thank you.
Obviously, you'd rather be undefeated, but 2-1 on a road trip, is that okay?
We had 3 road games. We just had 3 road games, and we won 2, lost 1. We're trying to get all of them, but on the road it's hard to win. So I would say it's a start. We'll take 2-1. But you'd rather have it 3-0, but the way the road is, it's not a guarantee. So
Impressions at this point on the season, you played at home, you played on the road. Where is this team at?
I think we're not quite there yet, just from a defensive standpoint. But every day we're learning, every day we're maturing. We're about 3 or 4 rebounds away, and 3 or 4 defensive stops away from being that team, that I know we could be. And we just gotta find it within ourselves to rebound and get some stops.
When you talk about the rebounds, I remember coming into the season, you guys were talking a lot about buying into the system, and that was going to get the rebounds and stuff. Maybe you didn't necessarily have that size factor. Is that guys not quite into the system yet?
I say all the guys are in the system. Now it just comes down to our toughness. Now it just comes down to, do we want the rebound more than the opponent? And, right now we're not showing that, as a team that we want that. And we have to do a better job of that.
With Chris and AJ, still out, how much more important has Cole become to this team?
He's becoming a key factor for us. He can come in, he can stretch the floor out offensively. He can come in and rebound for us defensively. He's been a guy we definitely come to count on, and he's pulling through for us. You know, he's only a sophomore still, so he's still learning too as well. So you know, we're just taking one game at a time with him, and you know, just keep telling him, you know, stay confident, keep it up, and keep rebounding for us, and he's been doing it.
What have you seen from him in terms of, you know, is he noticeably better this year, offensively, defensively?
I think so. I think he's got a lot stronger. I think he's not afraid to shoot the open shots like he was last year, or you know, take shots that maybe last year he would pass up or something like that. So I think he's doing a better job in that aspect.
How much of a difference have you known him to learn against him this year?
It's a big difference. Can't be as aggressive defensively, you know, with the pressure on the ball handler. You gotta, you know, kind of back off a little bit because any, you know, close contact, you know, you might get a foul called. But you know, that's still no excuse for us rebounding. You know, when we do get stops, we still have to rebound the ball, and but you can definitely feel the difference on defense. I mean, I love the new charge rule, but I mean, so far as the hand checking goes, I don't like the rule. But you know, you just have to adjust to it. And you know, if they call as many fouls as they've been calling, then you can't do anything about it. Yeah, I would say so. You know, there's no offense being, you know, played. Just all free throws. It's becoming a free throw contest, and you know, it slows down the game, and you get out your rhythm, like you said, and it's, you know, it's hard to win games like that. Just defensive intensity, really, coming out the gates defensively. When I say defensively, that means rebounding as well. You know, we can't give teams second chance, third chance opportunities on us. We have to keep it to one and done. You know, they take the shot, they miss. We got to get the rebound so we can go down the court and run our stuff against them. But you know, we haven't been doing that at home, so hopefully that changes.
How important do you think it is to get the next position home before going on the road and getting out to Midwest, Missouri, UCLA,
I think it's very important. We have to be focused for Chattanooga Friday, and you know, just take it one game at a time. And you know, hopefully, if we get the wins like we plan on doing, then you know, we go down to Vegas and we carry that momentum with us, and we carry that confidence with us. But you know what? We got to take it one game at a time.
Any more questions for Yankee? Thank you. Questions for Coach Carter?
Coach, you'd rather be undefeated coming home off a three-game road trip, but it's 2-1. Is that all right? Is it so hard to play on the road?
You know, you always want more. After you win one, you win two, you want to win three. But it is a tall task to win 3 road games. I think it was 3 good teams to play well at home. You know, we accomplished some things, I think, on the road trip that you want to. You know, we could have easily been 0-3, but like you said, we came out 2-1. I think that's an accomplishment for this team. It's also a confidence builder. Playing on the road, you're going to play in some tough environments, so it gives us a lot of confidence down the road. So I think we did some good things on the road. We competed in every game. It wasn't like the last game you lost, you just fell over and let them roll over you. So we competed, played hard, gave ourselves a chance to win. So I was pleased with the road trip.
Deontay was just saying this team took a few rebounds here and there away from being where he'd like to see the team. How about you?
Yeah, you know, you go back to game 1. I think Pacific got a couple of second chances. You look at Bakersfield game, the 2 games you lost, giving them second chances really hurt. And I think that decided the outcome of both games. So, you know, is that it's sports, right? I mean, ball bounces one way, goes the other. So, we have to kind of control our destiny a little bit better. We've been putting in the faith of, the other team or the official, and we have to do a better job of controlling, I think, the game. I don't think these 4 games, I don't think we ever control any of the games.
You would used at the start of the season, you've had too many Chiefs in the past. Guys are buying into the system a little bit better. Are you still seeing that in this point of the season? Or Deontay was saying that he's seeing it, but it probably comes down to a little more toughness.
When you say seeing it, like more guys buying in and just want, oh yeah, definitely. I think that's how you win on the road. I think that's the reason why this team has been playing well to start the season. Obviously, you would like to, be undefeated, obviously, but guys are buying into the roles. Deontay's really, he and Jerry have been the leaders, and everyone else has been kind of falling in place, and that's what you need. You need guys to kind of understand their role and don't play outside of that.
Has it been a toughness factor, and if so, is it a mental or physical?
Oh, it's more mental. It's when you come off a season like we did, and we experienced this when Deontay and Jerry were freshmen. When you lose a lot of games, you come into this year, it's mental because you had to get some confidence back. I think being on the road, winning 2 out of 3, I think that helped a lot for a young guy's confidence. It's not easy to win, and sometimes when you have it in the back of your mind, when you lose 7 or 8, 9 in a row coming into the season, it's in the back of your mind, and you have to try to get that get that taste out your mouth, and I think we've done that. So it's more mental than physical. Well, I anticipated probably. I thought the first 3 games were okay. I mean, there was some calls. I thought the last game there were a lot of calls that I anticipate the games being more like Bakersfield than the first 3. The hand checking rule is going to be hard. We have to adjust, and they're doing their job because they're responsible for making sure the game is clean, making sure you play by the rules. So it's tough. I mean, as a coach, you want your team to be physical, you want your team to be tough, but that kind of takes the element out of it a little bit, especially when you're guarding the ball. And so, we have to do a good job of adjusting as coaches and players. Well, it's like anything, right? I mean, it's new. So in 5 years, maybe I adjust now and not like it because now it gives offensive players, now your scores are higher. But for now, the way it's always been played, it's hard to say, oh, yeah, I like this better than that. I like the old style because that's how you call it. That's how you practice. That's how you taught your team. So, it's, again, you have to teach a little differently. Do I like it? I just got to get used to it. I'm just not used to it yet.
Do you think they're kind of setting the tone and they'll back off it as the year goes on, or do you think they're going to call it this way, for 30 games?
Well, I hope they call it that way for 30 games. I hope it. I hope they don't try to, enforce the rules in November, December, then in March it becomes physical again. Because then you're going to adjust to not being as physical on the ball, and if they change and allow you to what we call play, that's going to be hard. It's going to hurt you, because then you're going to anticipate more fouls, and they're not going to be there. And so, I hope they continue to call it the way they're going to call it throughout the year.
It's going to test your depth, maybe more than you thought for the year, and you lost 3 guys in the last game.
Well, I do a better job of taking guys out once they get one foul. I can't leave them in there and hope they don't get another foul. And, I got to be careful in the second half when we start the half and getting fouls. I didn't do a good job of managing the guys that got fouls. Again, I'm thinking about the old rule. Jerry gets one foul. I'm thinking, okay, well, that's just one. And he picks up another one in 20 seconds. And it's like, and it was really not a foul that we're used to. So I had to do a better job of getting guys out. And we'll test their depth. And every guy has to be ready because you have to take guys out probably a little earlier than you did in the past.
You want to attack offensively no matter what year it is. But I mean, is that more so now that you don't want to be shooting 3-pointers because you are getting rewarded for time to aggressive?
I think it's the flow of the game too. I mean, the 3-point line changes the game. I don't want to become just a driving team. I think, for example, Mike Perez, if he's open, he's got to shoot the 3. I think Jerry's been shooting the 3 ball pretty well. I think you have to know your shooters. So I still want to continue to shoot the 3 ball, but at the same time, you got to be aggressive going to the basket. When you decide to go to the basket, you have to be aggressive.
How much more important is
It's become big. I mean, he's been offensively been playing very, very well. I think he's more comfortable this year. Obviously, he's gotten stronger. Knowing his system, I think it helps him. Been in his sophomore year, but we're going to need that continue throughout the year. Hopefully he can do that next month and the month after and the month after. It's a long season. It's good to see him off to a good start, though.
How much did his knee injury hold him back in that last year?
Oh, I think it held him back a lot. I think when he tweaked it against Air Force, I think it was our first conference game. I don't think he was ever the same coming back. And I've never had that type of injury, but I can assume emotionally and mentally how you can be very tentative and not wanting to be hurt. I think that's what he was doing last year.
Especially given what he went through in high school.
Right. Yeah.
Is he better to the point that you expected this year?
Oh, definitely. And I thought he got better last year. And he strengthened his knee. He's a lot more confident. I think he's not favoring it or he's not being timid. So he's exactly where I thought he would be. Obviously, when you're a coach, you want more and more from each player, and there's always areas where he can improve. But right now, he's been really good.
Anything new on Mr. AJ?
Not yet. Hopefully, sometime this week, I will know a lot more on both. Yeah.
Is there a frustration with the NCAA that you're choosing to
There's always frustration. No. Well, it's just the kind of, we anticipate things kind of dragging on. It's unfortunate for us and AJ because you have no closure, and that's where we need to get to some point, one way or the other. That's just the frustrating part, is that you got to get some closure and move on.
How big are these two games? I know that you teams in November were losses at home and not like being position on to it, but being really
Right.
make are you emphasizing the game that it is or
Yeah, well, it's every game. You really, there's 3 road games. The home games are big because you're going to go on the road again. You're going to neutral site to play 2 very good teams from the BCS conference. So, again, it's momentum builder. It's a chance to play well at home, hopefully get over 500 going into the road because you know those 2 games are going to be very, very tough.
I think you need to get on a little bit of a roll to kind of you've been up and down. There could be 4 and those two rolls.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I think for any successful team, I think you have to take one game at a time and kind of build on that. You had a 2-game winning streak. You try to start over, try to get another 2-game winning streak, maybe get a 3 or maybe get a 4. So it's about building momentum. And I think this team has a chance to be really good. Again, after a year ago, I mean, you still got it. There's some guys that maybe doubting a little bit, and that's understandable because of the season you had. But every win helps build that confidence. So these two games are very important.
What do you know about San Diego?
I've been watching a couple of. They played last night, and I watched their game last week. They press. They're very quick, athletic. They like to get up and down. They pressed every team they play, so I'm anticipating them pressing us. They have several presses. They run a jump. They trap the first pass. So we have to take care of the ball. I know that, and take advantage. And when they do press, if we break the press, get easy basket, we have to take advantage of that.
Coach, when you're in a tournament format and you're in a pool of teams that are going to play each other, does it make it easier maybe to game plan for UCLA when you see a team that you play them as well?
Oh yeah, because you have if you see a team that play them, especially live, you see their tendencies. You see what was successful against them offensively, defensively. So that always helps when you can actually see them in person and see their tendency, their personnel. So this tournament would be good to evaluate in that regard because you're going to have a chance to see them live.
You don't enter or approach the tournament any different than maybe say 4 other games during the season? Or
No, I think you take it one game at a time. We don't. We have, you don't hang up a banner for tournaments. No one really remembers at the end of the year, but they remember who you played and if you won or lost. And so that's how we have to approach it, is trying to win every game.
Any more questions? One more on Cole, if I could. You mentioned he wants to do a better job and needs to do a better job rebounding. What do you think he needs to do to be a better rebounder?
Right now, I don't think he's pursuing the ball. I think he's watching a lot. I thought last year, when he was our leading rebounder early in the year, I thought he was really active on the boards, pursuing the rebounds. Right now, I think he's standing and watching a little bit more, and that causes him not to be as active and not get as many rebounds as he was before. So he just has to pursue the ball. And I tell him all the time that he's quick to the ball. He's got to use his quickness. I think he's gotten stronger, and I think he's trying to use that to get rebounds, and that's not his game. He still has to pursue balls outside of his area.
Is he a three down the road? Like next year on Jerry's time, is that what happens?
We talked about that. I think he is. He's more of a small forward body and game. And he and I talked about that. And that's a big transition for him going into next year. But that's something we have to work on in the spring and summer. But I see him as almost like Marquise. He's going to play off the ball, but he's really a point guard. But in college, sometimes you have to play out of position for the team to be successful.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks.